Oh, what is that? You had the monkey face. She has a gun. Oh no, yeah, you're dead. What's with the glitching? She's haunted by the ghosts. You've been stuck here this entire time. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to Arcane Season 1, Episode 4. Now, I think I'm just kind of scared to go into the next episode after what the last one left me with. Basically, everyone died. And I think I'm just really hung up on how different both sides of the story are. We were following Jayce and Viktor as they were just having this little discovery thing. They were geeking out and they got the magic thingy to work. So yay, happy for them. And it's like they're changing like the future, I guess. But on the other side, on the Undercity side, everyone died. And it is heartbreaking with how meticulous the disaster was. Like, just looking at it and thinking about it more, it really was all Powder's fault. If she hadn't gotten there, they would have escaped. If she hadn't gone, they would have escaped. They would have gone back for it, gone to the bar, gotten her, and probably found a way to deal with Silco. But nope, she decided to show up and try to save them, even though that they had it. I mean, maybe you could say that the weird creature thing that the guy turned it into might have been able to hunt them down and stop them. But like, Vanda was free. They had broken a hole through the wall. The door was locked. They could have gotten away. They could have at least gotten a head start. But Powder she got in the way. She stopped it. Like, the ending scene is still just sticking with me. The fire and Silco hugging Powder. That whole thing just feels like a whole nightmare. Like, I know this episode is meant to, I think, it's a time jump now, I think. Because it's in arcs. The first 3 episodes were an arc that we saw. Now I think is a time jump. So that means time has passed where Vi has been taken away by Marcus to who knows where. Powder has been stuck with Silco for who knows how long. And then on the happy side, you have Jayce and Viktor doing whatever with magic and floating around in the room. It really just feels like I have no idea where the story could possibly go. These two sides of things feel so separate and so different. I think that's the point of it, is to show the just divide between the two cities and how differently they view each other. Where the Undercity is basically defined by what Piltover does, yet Piltover is none the wiser what on earth is going on in the Undercity. So while I am scared to get into this one and see what's happened after what we saw in episode 3, I am also excited just to see how much has changed, and I desperately want to just see how this story will continue. I want these sisters to get back together. That feels like it's where it has to go. Vi gave Powder something to bring them back together. I think it was a weird, I don't even know what to call it. She gave us something before she left. That is obviously set up for hopefully a reunion. I need that. It probably won't happen in this episode. I don't know. There's 9 episodes of this season, but just seeing episode 3, I just need this to, like, I don't even know. I need them to get back together. I need things to be happy after what just happened. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel to grow. If you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon. The link will be in the description. Over there, I'm uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. But with that said, let's just dive on in. This feels somber. Is it? I don't even know what to think of the opening of the arc. It feels somber. It feels right and sort of kind of grieving after episode 3.
To turn 200 years old, a bicentennial.
It's shaping up to be an amazing progress day.
Okay, so you two are talking again. You seem on good terms.
Everything he built either exploded, melted, or toppled over.
What is that?
Set his personal ambitions aside and focused on something far more important.
So it failed over and over again.
Nothing he could accomplish could compare to the contributions of his students.
I had no idea.
Pretty good way to honor him, I guess, through statues.
That was his sacrifice. A dear friend.
Yeah, hamster's ancient.
You always give that speech. I could never take your place.
Brought scholars from distant lands, reignited passions in arts and science.
Okay, so things have advanced. And Jayce is now taking your place for this thing, and you're fine with it after all that pushback?
Perhaps there's something in the lab you might be able to share. People love a grand reveal.
And you want him to reveal things?
Come to the lab this afternoon, I'll show you.
I'll look forward to it. You certainly have something to live up to, my boy.
He seems so on board with it now. Where's this 180 come from? Yep, it looks beautiful as always. Oh, it does look stunning. Is this advanced? Has this changed? I mean, that looks similar. There's more construction going on. Oh wait, no, that's not the same building, is it? That we saw this is new. Is this all new? We had the main big building, but that was all symmetrical. This one is not. How? Okay, what is this? Oh, that's a... How? That thing's huge. Okay, that's the Hextech. You've done a lot. How long has it been? Oh, this city has got advanced a lot. You can now have, what is that? You have now giant sort of is that teleportation? It's what the mage guy did to him when he was a kid. He has now made science out of it and used it for the city. That's insane. Awesome to see that for his character, of course. But like, is the Undercity can see any benefits from that? Obviously, the main city has had a lot of benefits from that. But yeah, okay, Hamster Dude has taken a big 180 on Heimerdinger. I've got to start calling Heimerdinger. I like Hamster Dude though. But yeah, he's taken a big 180 on the whole no magic thing. So this city is we got told that it was built. So I can't even listen to my own train of thought, just listen to this song. Anyway, the city was built on the idea of no magic. And now that's 200 years have passed and that has completely changed now. Seems like it's heavily dependent on magic. Being able to have a giant industry sending ships across, I would assume, the world with a giant globe. So it's gone from no magic to now very much maybe reliant on it. If it's getting most of its... I would assume that's a big industry thing. Having ships shoot across the world like that's going to be huge and heavily depending... It's going to make the city very dependent on it. That's cool. I hope so. I kind of hope not everything we see is because of magic, because that looks cool. We had a clockwork guy. He definitely wasn't made of magic. I'd assume that little butterfly thing is just part of the inventions here. Because I want the world to be built on, like, what science can do and what magic can do, and that be separate.
The visionary behind the Hex Gates, a beacon of trade and prosperity for our great city of progress.
Haven't you changed your tune too, huh? Couldn't even associate with him, and now look at you, lording him up. No, I don't like her. Oh, you go.
Serves you right.
Okay, so you're a child and an adult. Maybe how long could it have been? Decade, maybe? I'm trying to think. You built a giant tower with a globe on top of it. Magic's become very integrated to the city.
For not following her into a career more befitting your station.
She'd do anything to keep me from seeing the real world.
Okay, so you don't like your mum either. You're being a bit rebellious, taking on a lower position than what I guess you'd inherit. I think that's nice, though. Coming from... We've seen what the mum's like. Nice that she's gone to, I guess, lower class station. I really love this art style. It looks like a painting. Ooh, wait, what was that? I don't even know what that was. Oh wait, the hover thing, is that the statue guy from the intro? We haven't seen that guy yet.
Shipping manifest?
From your friend downtown.
Oh, wait, so this seems... Is this good or bad? This is our first look at the Undercity and how they're doing with this stuff. That looks cool. You're just coming out of holes in the wall. They're on hoverboards. This looks awesome.
Oh shit, the firelight!
Firelights? Oh, and they got a cool name too. What is happening here? Right, so you're obviously doing some shady stuff. You work with Silco and you're bribing people on shipments. And these guys, I'm assuming, are doing something against that? Oh wait, is that the purple stuff? That's so much of it.
Shimmer before?
Shimmer?
They're expanding. Check for more below. Burn it all.
Destroying, not stealing. Okay, so righteous, because that's the bad stuff. And they made more of it. I thought it would, I was hoping it all got destroyed. Guess not.
No, don't burn up!
Oh, what is that? You had the monkey face.
Oh no, she's here.
Why are they so afraid? Is this powder? It's got the monkey face. Why would you be afraid of powder? I mean, it's setting up to be quite terrifying. What is this? What is the creaking? She was on a swing in here? Boom. What the? Did she get them to work? Okay, she got on to work. So this is what Silco's done to her. Okay, grand reveal time. So those two are dead, right? So she just killed 2 people. Cool shot. Is that her hair?
Hi.
This is powder? She has a gun. Oh no, yeah, you're dead. Okay, she actually got a gun. She got a gun. Yeah, she's unstoppable. Oh yeah, she's nuts. Right,
Bye.
reunion?
I can't lose you.
Wait. That's not... Is that pink hair? Oh, what's happening right now? She stopped doing... The fire's falling.
I want to fight. You're not ready.
Okay, she's stopped in the middle of everything. What's happening to her? And clearly dead. Great. What has happened to you? Clearly the trauma's still very much affecting you. As it would, obviously. But that was insane. You don't seem right. She has a minigun. Okay, oh, whoa. She did, this is just her. This is all by herself. This is like a separate character. Oh, ending on the shot of the dead girl. Okay, yeah, this is like a whole new character introduction for her.
You are supposed to guard the cargo.
No, check. Okay, not scared at all. I would be terrified. Oh, no, alarm back. She's okay, you just look curious. Oh, what's happened? Okay, need to think, because obviously I know what's happened to her. She had a very traumatic experience, and then Silco obviously, like, maybe raised her. And that's the product.
Built the Hex Gates like they asked. It's our turn to decide the future of Hextech.
Okay, so it was all the council going to. What is that thing? It's too adorable.
Glad you could make it.
Wouldn't miss it for the world, my boy.
Is it his child or pet? I feel like it could be either.
Of magical energy too volatile to be handled outside our workshops.
Where did those things even come from?
Magic into the life of the common man, and now it finally can.
So the hamster was so against this, and now he's just hearing about it being brought into the hands of the common man? Really? And he's so on board with this? I mean, I guess it's been 10 years. I guess it's been a while, but still. I'm gonna go with 10 years.
Wait!
Okay, you still have your reservations and fears then. But you're impressed that he's been able to do this much with it.
This new version is stable and absolutely safe.
Okay, I'll trust that. So this one has no chance of exploding then.
Present to you the next chapter of Hextech.
Oh, in the gauntlet, that's from the intro, right? This feels fun and very video gamey. That's a weapon. You build a weapon. Cool.
The mining colonies and the fissures can work faster and without fatigue.
Mining, okay. Why didn't you just make a drill?
Equipped with a powerful ray of light.
Oh, that's a terrifying shot.
Imagine what our artificers could do with such a device.
That's a weapon!
I want Hextech to be a tool for us to build a new world.
I mean, I guess any tool could be a weapon, but there's far less, like... There's far less harmful ones that you could have made.
This is our presentation.
That's interesting. I mean, it's cool, but still, those are weapons.
Give it a decade of careful research, and it will be ready.
Decade, so longer.
It zips past you in the blink of an eye.
Says the 300-year-old dude.
A breakthrough like this takes time, Viktor. Putting that kind of power into everyone's hands is dangerous.
True, but then again, if you just shoved it into everyone's hands, I think it would work out the kinks pretty quickly. It would be chaotic, for sure. Absolutely. But it would get it over with rather fast. So is she an enforcer then? The uniform looks different. So they have magic, but still black and white photos. Kind of like that. You can see how the crime scene works. Oh, that is so cool! Okay, so he got out, even though he got, I think, shot. Oh yeah, he definitely got shot. Trail of blood, is he still here? Howard really did destroy this entire place.
She's crazy.
Easy.
I like how kind she is to, like, someone from the Undercity.
Caitlin Kiraman. Why does that not surprise me? Interfering in an investigation again.
Marcus.
Be guarding your mother's tent.
I was sheriff.
Sheriff, he got promoted.
I realize you're used to getting your way, Kiraman, but we have a chain of command for a reason.
What are you gonna do? She's being kind to the guy and that could get information. What are you gonna do? You're gonna be awful.
If I could just question him,
I'll take it from here. Since you're looking for more work, you can take the graveyard shift tonight at the...
Hate him so much.
I want this one on a boat to Stillwater Prison.
So I'm not gonna question. She would've gotten information. What happened there? How's the Undercity working? What am I looking at? There's so much going on. Ew. Cars? Has anything changed? Has it advanced? I can't really tell. It feels like there's more neon. Oh, they changed the bar. It's now just a nightclub or a rave or something.
She's a problem and we all know it.
Who's we?
Is everyone against her?
I expect better from you than excuses.
But you're very defending her. Is he going attached?
Don't disappoint me again.
Seriously? She destroyed everything.
Now we're cut off. The topsiders are leaving us further and further behind.
Will you explain that?
What happened?
She already told you.
She's just listening up there.
One of those firelight wackos was a girl with pink hair.
Your sister's gone.
What is this relationship?
I know. Sisters, right? You can't live with them, can't stuff them back in the old baby maker.
What's with the glitching?
I need to know that I can rely on you.
Okay, so you're defending in front of others, but you'll also...
Doing this for us, Jinx.
Jinx?
All of us, the sons and daughters of Zaun, deserve more than their runoff.
You call her Jinx now? That's what No! Wait, so much is happening in this scene. You called her... Oh, that is disgusting. Is his eye closing up? What is that? You just shoved the needle in it.
That ogre couldn't clean a dust bunny with a blowtorch.
She'll suffice. You should focus on your gadgetry.
What is happening? You call her Jinx now. That's horrid. Okay, so you are kind of disciplining her for messing up the shipment. That's something, but you just won't say it in front of others. So you go in a soft spot for her. That's kind of nice. Then again, he did kill most of her family, so... What are you up to now? You richer now? What's happening? I'm just... Oh, dear.
Fundraiser's going well. Your mother would be proud.
Would she? These people have nothing new to offer me. The only one actually worth my time is him.
Is that something they're saying it was about her mother? Because I'm trying to understand her character. It's clear that she wants wealth and money and power. Because she was the poorest of her family. I'm guessing that would make her mother maybe the richest and she's trying to be noticed. And everyone stops to look at him. Okay, things are definitely changed for him. I kind of just hate the city with how they switch up on everything so quickly just because of, like, recognition. They all look down on his ideas and now they're all just flaunting at him.
He thinks we need more time.
It's Progress Day. Representatives from all over the world have come to see what new wonders a city of progress has to offer.
She's going to push him to do it because there's, again, money. You shove those things out there. Think of how it revolutionized the industries. Mining makes it easier. I don't even know what the laser was going to be used for, but I'm sure that would just accelerate whatever industry that's part of.
He only ever sees the past. Piltover needs a leader who looks forward.
Leader?
Someone like you.
You really believe that?
Yeah, she want wait, leader. So Heimerdinger is the leader. You want to change that?
The world is ready. I've already spoken to several potential investors.
Investors?
She's setting things up so well.
Everyone wants Hextech for themselves. It's your speech. Give the people a glimpse of the future.
A glimpse. I'm not quite sure if I like what she's saying. She got investors ready and she's talking about glimpses. What does that mean for the regular people? You're giving it into the hands of the wealthy then and just basically teasing the common people?
It wasn't her.
What are you doing? Move them. Okay, she's lost it. Why is she playing with grenades like this?
I know, just some wannabe street trash.
She's haunted by the ghosts.
Now, he thinks I'm weak.
It's like her tantrum. It's like her tantrum that we saw in episode 3, but like I guess on steroids.
I'm not weak.
I don't think insane is the right word to describe her here. Broken is more like it.
Oh, I'm gonna show him. Y'all see.
She's broken and she's grown a complex. It's what Vi said, that she wasn't ready, and now you have Silco, who I think she seems to look up to in some sense, and he's saying that she's weak. Or she thinks he's saying that she's weak, and now she's gonna try and prove him wrong. It's a superiority thing. She always feels like she has to prove herself to whoever she's connected to. I really do not know how to describe her relationship with Silco now. Is it like father-daughter? I don't really know. How long has it been? How long would it take to form that connection? It feels weird. Like, I almost want to say maybe it's more of a sibling relationship, as Silco lost a brother. Powder, I don't want to call her Jinx. Powder lost a sister. And they're sort of replacing that bond. Is that what it is? Or is it father-daughter just because of age? And the mum gets front row seats. Yeah, I'm happy for him. But it's clear that everyone in this place just wants to use him for their own personal gain. Oh, the weird pet child. I'm going to call it a pet. If it was a child, it would have a seat of itself, right? I don't really know. Well, I don't even know what the hamster species is. It's going to be a pet, but yeah, it's clearly angry at Jayce for what he did to it.
Good evening.
You've settled into this role very well, haven't you?
You didn't expect to see me here today, and believe me, I'm just as shocked as you are.
He's not awkward or anything. He's owning this moment.
My family and I are simple people. In our factory, we made hammers. They were probably used to cut the stones you're standing on right now.
He's the perfect candidate for the leader. He connects with, like, the regular people, but also he has the sort of attention of the more rich people.
A few years ago, the Hex Gates opened their ports to the world and made Piltover prosper beyond anything we...
Few years. Still needed, like, time frame. I'm gonna go with 10 years because it just seems like a nice number.
But we're not done yet.
Are you ready to unveil the tiny little blue orb?
This year, we've created something new for you.
I love looking at the audience, like the Medada's face and Hamster face. Their little eyes, like watching, waiting for it. He's changed it. Changing your... Ooh.
They'll share with you when the time is right.
So much expectance on all of their faces. You've gotten your way. Haven't gotten your way, and I don't think Viktor looked happy with it either.
We vow to keep pressing forward, for we are the city of progress, and our future...
They seem to be happy with this, so even if you don't give them anything now, they seem happy with it, so you're not losing anything by doing this way. I like seeing the mum and how happy she is to see him. Oh. Oh, she ain't happy. You just burned a bridge there. What about Viktor? Because he clearly wanted this to be... Oh, it's smoky inside. I don't like the look of that. Why was it smoky?
Last year, didn't he launch a blimp halfway across the continent?
Airship, actually. An airship has a rigid metal hull.
Nice to know the difference.
It's a balloon, ain't it?
Sure as hell looks that way.
Pardon us if we aren't quite so refined as you, mother.
Okay, so is she not fitting in with these guys that well? So even in Piltover, there's like a high... Yeah, of course there's a hierarchy. So she's from the very high up. These are more regular people. And it's cool to see them making fun of the higher-ups. I do have to wonder if she earned her position, or was she just... The child's voice in the fire? You gotta be kidding. What is happening? There, did Caitlyn earn her position, or like was it given to her because of her mother's station? Because that could explain why these soldiers don't really like her.
And I set the building on fire by accident. Totally by accident.
Oh, she's in... Okay, maybe insane is the right word. Oh.
Get out! Now!
Yep, you know what that sign means. Oh, it burnt eyes in the picture first. Wow, okay, she really has a flair for the dramatics. And she's attacked here. She's done something. She's here. She's in. Okay, this is big. This is connection. Okay, this is how the stories connect. She's done something. She's done something to actually the upper side, and Caitlyn has seen it. I love that. The weird, sketchy.
Some of our research papers.
She got in here? Of course, why would they ever think to guard it properly? They don't even consider the Undercity at all, do they?
How did it come to this?
And of course you don't even know, because you don't even think about them.
They may not be your preferred constituents, but they're still our people.
Oh, kind of nice approach.
Could the trenchers build a weapon with the stolen crystal?
We've seen their ingenuity over the years. Of course they can.
Okay, so they're saying, are they registering them as a threat, or...?
If the right person got a hold of it, it's possible they could utilize its energy.
And Powder is an inventor. She could. Yeah, that's what the episode set up. Jayce and Powder are very similar. If anyone could do it, it's her.
I have come before you to recommend that we suspend all Hextech operations until the situation...
Haveline is the city on it.
And the Hex Gates.
Have you lost your mind?
They can't.
Piltover status as a global shipping lane depends on it.
They can't do
Thousands would lose their income.
So this city has gone from being the place without magic to now absolutely depending on it.
You would sacrifice your life's work?
Without the Hex Gates, my goods cannot reach foreign markets till winter.
Everyone hates this, but Heimerdinger.
Councillors, it appears we are at an impasse. If we shut down the Hex Gates, the city will suffer.
How are you going to manipulate the situation?
We leave ourselves vulnerable to malefactors.
I love her lines.
And it seems to me, only Mr. Tallis has the knowledge necessary to secure the Hex Gates.
What are you doing? You making it more important?
That a new chair be brought forth, and that House Tallis be elevated to this august body.
What?
You want him to join the council. How does this benefit her?
This is highly irregular. The council has held 7 seats for generations.
Yes, how would you, like, if you come to an impasse, what would happen then?
Only that of a scientist, like Heimerdinger.
Or are you saying to replace Heimerdinger so you don't have to expand it?
I believe Councillor Medarda is right. Hextech security should be administered by a scientist.
Oh, that's what she's... How is... Okay, how does... So the city's become dependent on it, so of course you need the inventor to actually gain an important position. She is so good. But how does this benefit her? How does him becoming council member benefit her? Because that's what she does. How... Nah. Even her music... Oh, dear. Oh, are you completely blocking him out? Wait, Blueprint, what's she doing?
That's me!
Half a dozen enforcers, dead!
She even responds to Jinx. I don't like that.
Do you have any idea what you've done?
Actually, I do.
Oh, this is going to be a nightmare with him getting hold of this. Oh, even the subtitles call her Jinx. I don't like that. And she creates her own fireworks. She is the Undercity's version of Jayce, and it is terrifying. Oh, she made a puppet of Milo. What is this relationship? I really don't know how to describe it. Okay. I feel like everything in this is purposeful. The looks between the crystal and her, it ended on her. I'm trying to figure out what his priorities are. He's gotten attached to Jinx, but like looking between that and that, which one would he care more for?
Whoever attacked the square is our suspect. The same symbols showed up at the botched smuggling operation at the Hex Gates.
It's more chaotic than that.
The attack on the square changes things. They've overstepped. If I can figure out who made this, it could lead me directly to whoever's behind it all.
Is she talking about Silco?
If I can just work this out, Marcus will have to listen.
Will he? Oh no, he won't. He's connected to Silco, isn't he? Silco's connected to the sheriff. Oh, great.
Since I became a counselor.
So that's happened.
Serious? When? Why? Have they discovered how to govern with grease and a spanner?
How doesn't inked people break the system then? What happens if they get a tie?
House Teller security. That's a ceremonial position. I'd live behind a desk.
And away from her case here.
But I already have a job.
No, you don't.
What?
After the attack, your parents spoke to the sheriff.
What did they do?
This is the best I could do.
They got her fired? Why? She did well there. Oh, her life is controlled by her parents. I feel awful for her. So she's just trapped. The mum wants her to go into like the, I guess, high society stuff, while she just wants to, I guess, find her own path. You're going back to the guy that is this, so Stillwater Prison. This is the guy that was on the ship. So you're independent now, so you didn't accept Jayce's thing.
This one was hit by friendly fire. He's got reason to talk.
And you could convince him.
Afraid that's not possible. Well, there's been an incident.
Oh, great. What?
Well, not so pretty kind.
Okay, yeah, no, he can't talk. That's wonderful. Can he, like, is he still alive? Can he write things down?
As soon as he can move his jaw again.
He's alive. Why can he write things down? Oh, yes, you maybe can't give them anything, can you? It's just how that prison operates. Oh, wait, pink hair, Vi? Oh, we haven't even seen this entire episode. You've been stuck here this entire time?
Who the hell are you?
Okay, yep, okay, and we see her again, yay! Okay, this show just keeps getting more insane. This feels like a second introduction to the show. It obviously is like the next step in the arcs of things, and it does it tremendously well. It feels like we get a fresh new look at Piltover, even slightly a fresh new look at the Undercity. There's so many different names for everything. You've got Topside, Piltover, Undercity, Zaun. I think they even called it Trenches at one point. I need to figure out which way I'm gonna call whatever. But yeah, so much happened. I don't want to call her Jinx. I want to call her Powder. I don't like what Silco's done to her. But she's also gotten a gun, which I do really like. She's clearly, I don't know what to think. I really don't know what to think of her. The design, I love. The hair, I don't know how she moves with the hair. That's just insane. But also just her psyche, I guess. I wouldn't say she's insane. I wouldn't say she's gone crazy. She seems more broken, like actually physically broken. Like she's glitching out all the place, she's glitching out all the time. She's seeing visions and she's like, I guess, talking to Milo, I guess. We saw a weird ghost vision behind her, which is terrifying. So it's almost like she's stuck in that night. She's stuck there. And Silco's done more. I really don't know. I don't want to say that he raised her. I really hate the idea of that because it just feels so awful to think about. But it's probably what has happened. I need to know how much time has passed because she was a child and now she's... is she an adult now? She feels like an adult. I wouldn't say teenager. I'm gonna say like 10 years has passed, which means that's enough time for her to see Silco as a father. Like, so she believes that Vi is gone. That is what we know. And that's meant that Silco can do whatever he wants to her and shape her however he wishes. And this is clearly what he's done. He's turned it into a weapon, essentially, but a broken one who will friendly fire and have moments where she completely freezes when she sees pink hair. So she's also unstable. She's not just broken, but unstable. Because insanity is just the wrong word, because she isn't insane, she's chaotic. Because insanity, I would say, means more she cares about nothing. She just does whatever. She clearly has some kind of compass within her. She cares about what Silco wants. She's kind of controlled by that, because that's the whole reason she did the whole fire explosion thing on Piltover. She wanted to show that she wasn't weak, and that's what led to this whole nightmare, which has now connected everything. Caitlyn is after her. Is this mirroring the first act? Vi goes into Piltover, causes a giant explosion, people come for her. Jinx Powder has now gone into Piltover, caused a big explosion, and now Caitlyn seems to be coming for her. Is that what this is setting up? Is it going to be like a similar story there? where it's almost like history repeating, but now just more volatile with magic and I guess them all grown up. Whatever the case, it feels so crazy and I just love it. I love just the detail in her character and just how far she has fallen without her family. Because it's so sad to see, because she was so innocent and sweet and now she has just been completely destroyed. It does make me wonder like how she can be fixed, because that moment when she thought that it was Vi that was in front of her, she froze and I think she softened a little bit. Going from like shooting everyone and just taking everyone down, she softened, she froze. She stood in that moment, but then again it's just freezing. It took her back to that night, I guess. It might not have just fixed her. I'm trying to think what could possibly help her and what could help her just get out of this. But yeah, then on the other side of everything, we have Jayce's story. So that was I think the main part of this episode, following Jayce's stuff. He has now been made a councillor of the city. That is what Madara has done. I've got to look up her name. Is it just Madara? That was her last name. What's her full name? Mel Madara. Okay, so that's her full name. Mel Madara. Okay, so right, she is, I really don't know what to think of her. I like her a lot, but she's so manipulative. Just the way she's working. I like the line, every line in this is basically just something, always important. At the fundraiser, she was talking about a mother. We know that she is the richest in Piltover, but the poorest Madara. And her, I guess, the person that accompanied her was talking about how it might make the mother notice her or something. So is that what she's truly after? So it's not just money and power she wants to be noticed within her family. And to do that, she needs money. So she's navigated the inventor of this new technology into a higher position of the city so he can basically do whatever he wants. No longer has to adhere to the Heimerdinger hamster. He can do whatever. He no longer has to listen to regulations or the safety protocols. He can just get whatever the technology he has out on the floor immediately, making her tons of money and making Piltover richer. She has what is she just a counselor? What kind of industry is she a part of? What does she do? We know that Jayce is part of, I guess, the Hextech industry, but what does she specifically do? Is she just like a rich person that's like government? Like, how does she make money from that? I guess like shady stuff. I'm not quite sure, but clearly she has some idea of how to get money from all of this. She had investors lined up. So maybe she's more businesswoman. Maybe she's like the business person for the council. Because you have Heimerdinger, who is the dean of the academy, so scientist. That's how he is influential in money. So I feel like each member isn't just sort of a government body. They are representing a fraction of the city. So Jayce, obviously the Hextech and magic-y stuff. Heimerdinger, the academy and science. I feel like the clockwork guy is also probably inventory stuff, and I feel like Caitlyn's mother might be part of the police force, maybe, and that's how she got her daughter a part in that. And then I guess all the others probably fit in somewhere. So Mel, I'm assuming, is more like business and maybe foreign affairs. Because now the city is dealing with like trade and imports and global economy stuff. Guessing that's what she does. So she's making money through investors and just selling Hextech. That's what she's doing. And that's her angle here. So she's gotten Jayce into the higher position so he can do whatever he wants, no longer with regulations, or basically putting him on equal footing as Heimerdinger. Now, it's whether or not he will feel that way. Well, we learned from him in this episode that he's fitted in with this new sort of part of his life very well. He's adjusted very well. Going from just a Talus to the man of progress. He's acclimated very well. He doesn't feel out of place. He doesn't feel awkward. He's accepted his position very quickly. So that because he doesn't even feel inferior to Heimerdinger even now. Yes, he listens to him, because we've got to remember, Heimerdinger was his mentor. He would he did listen to him during these moments. That's what this whole episode showed. He was listening to Heimerdinger because he is his mentor. He didn't go ahead and show off the Hextech stuff. Viktor looked disappointed. Mel obviously was disappointed and then did this because of that. He wasn't going to do it because Heimerdinger said so. Now she has put him into the position that Heimerdinger is also at, so they are now equals. And now he does not have to listen to Heimerdinger. He can do whatever he wants. She has masterminded so much right now, but in doing all of this, it's left the Undercity behind. Because I've got to remember, even though there's so many stories going on, the biggest story is between the two cities. This whole action, so already, Zaun or Undercity or whatever has been left behind a lot, with just the Hex Gate. Now, it's going to be left even more behind, but they now have a chance to catch up. Jinx / Powder has stolen the blue crystal, and if she figures out how to work it, they can do stuff too. And it's because the council sees them as a threat and sees them as capable because they had stuff with the Shimmer, whatever, and we didn't even see any of the monsters. What's happened with Shimmer? But they also have, I guess, prosthetics, I think that's what they said. So they have ingenuity, they've got something, they can do things. While Piltover might have a Hex Gate, they might be able to make something else that's equally beneficial to their nation, or city, whatever it is. It's all very exciting, and I can't wait to see how this all works. But in the end, Vi shows up again. She's been absent for the entire episode, but she's back, and she's been in prison this entire time. I hate Marcus with a burning passion. He is the worst. Now he is the sheriff. And is he still connected with Silco? I don't quite know. Because of course, before he was connected with Silco, but have they maintained that relationship? If so, that is awful, because he is now in a higher position. And if Silco has his hands in that, that's just detrimental. He basically has control over the entire city's police force. But I'm so not sure whose side I'm on. I like the greyness of this all. I'm not really on anyone's side. I think I'm on the sisters' side. But in the battle between these two cities, I don't want Silco to win, but I also don't want Piltover to win. I don't want anyone to win but the sisters, really. I love this show and just how complex every single storyline is. It's incredible. Okay, first off, this episode was nuts. Definitely feels like a fresh new intro to this world and the characters as well. And it does it incredibly well. It doesn't feel like repetitive, it just feels insane. But obviously the first thing I have to talk about is Jinx slash Powder. I don't like calling her Jinx. The name obviously comes from what Milo and Vi called her in those last moments, and that stuck with her. Who decided that name? Did Silco name her that? What happened? Vi yelled it at her, so maybe she just believed that that is what she should be from that moment on. I hate the idea of it, but of course, like, it makes sense. I just don't like it because she deserves better. Like, even the subtitles are now calling her Jinx. I don't want to call her it. I just like Powder. We are looking at her character. She feels so insanely broken right now. It's basically her tantrums, but she's experiencing that 24/7. I dread to think what Silco put her through growing up to make her this way. Like, there's clearly an attachment there, so maybe there is some positives to it. But so we see that she's now a much more capable fighter. She's no longer got that innocence to her. She's killing people left and right. And she again is just broken. She's having episodes and she's like talking to ghosts that are haunting her. Nothing about her is healthy anymore. It's so sad to see when we know what she was like, and just thinking of the potential she could have had. She was smart, she was a little inventor, she had little gadgets that she was working on. She had such innocence and want to do good. And now this is what she has turned into. That said though, she is insanely cool to see in just action. Like the gun, I'm so happy that she does have a gun now, because that was teased, I guess, in the first arc, with just how she had perfect aim. Now that's being utilized. She not only has a small gun that she can just shoot things with, she has a mini gun as well. She is an unstoppable unit. She took down an entire airship of like whatever, and the Fireflies all by herself. I mean, it is, I guess, a testament to how, I guess, she's been trained by Silco to be able to do all of this. Then again, I'm not happy about that. I liked her innocence, because now that is dead. It's so sad to see how, I guess, the Undercity and Silco have destroyed her and turned her into this. Like, now I'm trying to think how she can sort of develop out of this. What space is there for her to develop as a character now? I guess the main story point is for her to get back to Vi and have them reunite. But can that get her out of this? Can this bring her back to Powder? Because we don't, in that moment when I'm hanging on to that moment, when she freezes and when she thinks she sees Vi, she softens, but we don't really get anything from it. Does she hate Vi for what she said to her? Does she want to see Vi again? Like, what does she actually think of that? There's really not anything I can go on to know if she wants to leave where she is at the minute. Does she want to see her sister again? Does she want to get better? Or is she happy where she is? But saying that, I don't even think that's what's motivating her. She is motivated by how other people see her. First off, through Vi and her family not thinking she was ready, so she goes out to try and prove herself. Now, Silco, he didn't even say that he thought she was weak. She thought that herself. She thought that Silco thought she was weak. So she goes out to prove the idea of Silco in her head wrong. He didn't want her to do this. He did not care. She cared. She thought he thought this about her, so she went and did it. So there is that chaotic nature that she has now, coming from the tantrums, coming from, I guess, the childlike state that she is now stuck at, because she does not feel like an adult. It feels like she was frozen in time, basically. From that moment in episode 3, that night, she is stuck there. And then she's just sort of grown up around it. She is controlled by how other people view her, and she has to be strong for them. And her way of proving that is by going on and being destructive and doing these things. But then again, I think she has done what Silco wanted. She's gotten the gadget, she's connected the stories, she's gotten the little Hextech core thing, and she is the best one to figure out how it works. I really just don't know what to think of her anymore. I really liked her character, and I feel so scared and sad at the same time. I'm trying to think of how she could possibly get back to being that innocent, and I don't think she can, because of just what we've seen from her, killing mercilessly, having this sort of broken psyche where she's talking to ghosts, because we don't even know how old she was with Vanda, because if it's 10 years, I feel like that's sort of a good estimate. She had 10 years with Vanda and Vi, 10 years with Silco, so it's basically two different people that have been raised here, and like, each of them feel kind of equal in their mind. Like, how can you get her back to being Powder after this? The way she's called Jinx, it feels like two different people are now here. Like, does she recognize herself as Powder? What is going on in her head? Then, of course, you have Progress Man Jayce, who is just completely eating up the limelight. He's doing exceptionally well. I just love how we're seeing the contrast between the stories. You have Jinx, Powder's side, going all like depressing and nuts and chaotic, just seeing how the Undercity's doing. Then you see Jayce, who isn't even sort of paying attention to the Undercity. They only pay attention when they're forced to. Otherwise, they're just living in happy, blissful ignorance. They're continuing with progress, having a celebration of 200 years, showcasing different technologies that they've created. They made a Hextech or whatever that teleports ships around. They don't even think about the Undercity in the slightest, and now Jayce is at the head of that. What we see from him in this episode shows off how far he's advanced and how confident he's become with everything. He's got an acclaim and his reputation and power, basically. But where can his story go from here? What does he want? Because this episode mainly is through what Silco and I guess Mel wants. Mel more prominently. The Undercity side is more chaotic and kind of, I guess, miscommunicated. Silco obviously is happy with what Jinx has done here, but Jinx has done it for Silco, and it's not explicitly said that he wanted this. Whereas Mel very much intentionally wanted Jayce to get this power. But what does Jayce want? Does he want to advance things? He doesn't really want anything at the minute. He was listening to Heimerdinger, the hamster. He was listening to that guy. He thought that it wasn't safe, that he needs to go through more testing to be the responsible scientist. He is the one that's the author of this new technology. He needs to steer it in the right direction. Mel, on the other hand, has now forced him to take a more prominent position for it. Is he happy with that? Is he not? We don't really get a lot on what he thinks about this whole situation. He's just going along with it and accepting it, which I think that kind of is telling us a lot about him, actually. The fact that he is so accepting to all of this and just, I guess, passive with the sort of authority that he's been granted probably shows that he is happy with it and that he does want this. He might not have known that he wanted it, but now that he has it, he wants it. Mel convinced him that he should be the steward of this new technology, because he kind of is, and that as the steward, he needs the power to go with it. And now he's on equal footing to Heimerdinger, so no longer has to listen to his mentor, because they are at the same level now. Both council members, both stewards of their own industries. They no longer need to have safeguards. They can push this technology into the hands of the common man, which Viktor would like, yay, because he didn't really get a lot on him, just the fact that he'd seemed disappointed that Jayce didn't show off the crystal, because this was their first, I've got to remember, this was their first time doing something that they wanted to do. All the other stuff was for the council. Stabilizing the crystal, starting the Hextech. That was their thing. Starting the glove and the laser beam, that is all Viktor and Jayce. Of course, they're just weapons, and you could have just made a drill for mining, but yeah. So this is their first thing, even though they're weapons, it's their first thing that they wanted, and Viktor obviously would be disappointed that Jayce did not reveal them. So looking where these characters can go, it feels like Jayce kind of just goes wherever the wind takes him. Mel has orchestrated this. He has been pushed into this position by her. So is he going to be able to live up to this task? Is he going to be able to find his footing here? He was able to find it in the recognition he was given by the city, so maybe. But all in all, I just don't know. I feel like it could be a mistake giving him this power when he really does not know probably how to deal with it, because not only is this being in control of his technology, but also giving him some influence over the city as a whole. Is he prepared for something like that? Because this is power that's been just thrust upon him. Then we have Silco, who has completely taken over the Undercity, which I absolutely hate. And of course, poetically, he's taken over Vander's bar, the last drop, and he's completely gutted it and turned it into something else. Not happy with that. And he's in a new room that we haven't seen before. So there was an upstairs to this place the entire time. But yeah, he's turned it into a rave, and it was a nice establishment. Business was conducted there. It was nice. It was friendly. Now it's turned into a rave with a bunch of loud music, and just he lives upstairs away from it and does paperwork. So we don't really get a lot on his position in this place now, but since he's taken over the last drop, you can assume that he's taken over Vander's position. He is now the head of the Undercity. Going with that. The last drop is the thing that connects these two characters. He has the reverence here. The Shimmer, that's what the purple stuff is called. He's shipping that out places, and I'm assuming he might have wanted it to go on the airship. That was the shipment at the start. It was filled with Shimmer, and I'm assuming that was going to go and be teleported to other places. That would not be a good thing. That stuff is evil. But then again, we didn't see any of the monsters that we saw last time. We didn't see what, like, the kid and Vander turned into in the Undercity. Is that something they just glossed over, or I missed? Or something changed? I need more info on what Silco's position is now in the Undercity, because he clearly has control, but how has he maintained that? He's got his lieutenant, I'm going to call her Lieutenant Scary Lady, who clearly isn't super happy with how things are going, but it's very interesting that he is defending Jinx, Powder. I don't know what to call her. I need more information on her. I'm just gonna go Jinx, Powder. It's just very interesting that he's defending her so much when she did cause a lot of the issues, but he's defending her in front of people. When they're gone, that's when he'll reprimand her and tell her off. So that is interesting. It makes him look like a father figure. So that's clearly setting up the dynamic. He will defend his child in front of others, but alone, that's when he'll structure her. I don't like to think of it that way because I want her to be back with Vanda, but of course that's over now. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. It's sad. I've got to remember, this guy killed her entire family basically. He orchestrated the plan that got them all killed. Do I want to see him in this light where he might be... No, I don't know what to think. It's okay. It's just conflicting in my head. I like Powder. I don't want bad things to happen to her. Obviously bad things have happened to her. Now Silco has become a big part of her life. Is this relationship good for her? Probably not, but he is there now. And the fact that they don't even show him in a negative light, they show him in kind of a good light for her. That's what I don't like. It's so weird to think about. He's showcased in a good light towards her, showcasing that he kind of does care for her, but also we're seeing Jinx Powder in a negative light because of what she's turned into. This whole situation is so weird and so confusing, and I don't even know what to think of Silco anymore. He clearly is the big bad villain, but then again, is he anymore? Like, what is this? It feels like they've restructured it. It just feels like they've restructured it, and I have no idea what to think of him anymore. It feels like they've redefined him. And then just, I guess, looking at Mel more closely, we got quite a bit of information on her. She definitely feels like a more mastermind character in this city with what she's up to. We get little hints and teases of what her motivation is. First off being the richest in the city but poorest poorest member of her family. Then we get references to her mother. And it seems like she's trying to be noticed by her. Or maybe that's what the assistant thought. She thought they wasn't going to do anything. So maybe it's not what motivates her, but it's something that's on her mind then. It's just something there. It's something that's a part of her. Whoever was by her seemed to think that the money would get some kind of attention from the mum. Mal seemed to not think that. So I guess we get some little inkling on what this whole means. She wants money. That's what she's after. She wants to be richer. Whether or not that's a part of just trying to be noticed by her mother is something else entirely, and I can't really put my finger on it yet, but all we know is that she's after money. She's orchestrated Jayce becoming a council member. I need to think this through very well, because she has made him the 8th council member. It's obviously so intentional. She's obviously very intelligent and very sort of mastermindy and manipulative. So, having 8 people, is that intentional? Is she trying to make a sort of stalemate between them? She's added an 8th member, so when there is a divide within them, there is no one that can break the tie. Has she done that purposefully? It's scary to think of if she is basically orchestrating this to become head of the city, essentially. She's able to manipulate the council to the extent where she's added another member. She's talking to Jayce as if he can replace Heimerdinger as well, turning him into the leader of the city. Is she going to become the sort of shadow control person over the entire place? It'd be insane, and you can almost see how it's being set up that way. But then again, her intentions don't seem that noble. She's just trying to get money. I really love her character. I love the design. I love everything about it, but I'm just trying to figure out what her goal is in all of this. Is it something as sort of surface level? Is just trying to impress her mum? And she's just toying with an entire nation to do so? And actually, that doesn't feel that surface level. That feels kind of insane. Is she literally just basically playing with Piltover and its council just to impress her mother and her family? That seems like really insane and actually really cool. Like she might not actually care about the city or any of the members or the technology. She just wants money to make herself known to her mother, or to, I guess, just get noticed by her. But yeah, then we have Caitlyn. And so she is, is she an enforcer? I don't quite know. The uniform is different, unless, because she was with the other enforcers and their uniforms seemed pretty regular to what we saw previously. But her life, we saw her in the past. She was Jayce's friend, and we get to know a lot more about her here. She steps far more into the focus, and she is how the stories connect. She is looking for the mastermind behind everything. She's kind of stumbled on it, but she has the wrong idea. This is far more chaotic than the structured thing she's making it out to be. But I feel bad for her. Her life is controlled by her parents. They gave her this job, but they want her to be in a more higher up position for her station, because that's where they believe she belongs. Because I've got to remember, it's all about names in this city. It's the Kiraman, I can't say that. It's her name, Kiraman name. That's the name that defines her. And I am assuming her parents don't like the idea of the Kiraman name being associated with a low-level cop, essentially. So they may have begrudgingly allowed her to do this, get some real-world experience before moving her on. But now something bad's happened and they've seen, oh, she's in the slightest bit of danger, even though she was completely fine, and removed her from service. That's really irritating and just shows how much control they have over her. And now I'm really hoping, because that all because that automatically sets up her direction for the character. She needs to break free of her parents' control over her. And to do that, we already see the first step. She's gone to the prison, she's gone to try and further the investigation independently without anyone else and without sort of the authority that she's meant to have as an enforcer, and she stumbled across Vi. So I can't wait to see how that will play out. Enforcer with Vi, of all people, that'll be fun. Because would Vi give help in any way? This is how she gets brought back into the story, so she kind of has to. Vi's been absent for the entire episode. This is how she gets brought back in, through Caitlyn. And it makes a lot of sense now why Vi completely beat the living daylights out of that guy, because I'm sure he worked with Silco. And he was one of the people that were, yes, she uppercut him. That's the same guy. Oh, she's been hanging on to that rage for a long time. And now she's been able to get some of it out and broke his jaw. But to think that Vi's been stuck in this prison for all this time is heartbreaking to think about. The last thing she saw was her family dying and Silco holding a knife and going after Powder. So she could think everyone's dead as well. That's not good. There's so much. I love this story so much. I cannot wait to see how it's all going to go out. I love this story so much. I can't wait to see how this is all going to come together. But yeah, then as for these, like, I guess, structure and writing of the show, absolutely phenomenal. This is the, I guess, it feels like a second introduction. You can already see the parallels between this and the first introduction with, I guess, the story being set up. First one, you had Vi going into Piltover, blowing up a building, having an investigation centered around her, and Piltover coming for them. Here, we have Jinx going into Piltover, blowing up something, stealing their technology, which is the same thing that happened in episode 1. Jinx stole their stuff, brought it back to the Undercity, and that's the same thing that's happened here. She's gone in, stolen the crystal, and gone back. But instead, and she's going to use it. The first, I got it. Okay, this is so similar. You can see the similarities. I'm assuming that means we can see where the story's going to go through the first arc, which probably means it's going to go into a bad spot, unless they can find some way to change it, because it's clear history is repeating itself. You have Powder, Vi, go into Piltover, steal the technology, come back, and Powder use it to make a weapon. A giant grenade that blew up stuff. Now, in present day, we have our main character, Jinx, Powder, there, I'm going to get so confused over the names. She's gone into Piltover, blown something up, stolen the technology again, and is now working on utilizing it again. So it's whether or not it will be intentional with how it ends up. That could be the change. If she is actually able to utilize it like Jayce has, that would make a change. That would be different. But we know how the original start ended up. The family all died. Is that something that will continue on here? But then again, there is no family left. All you have is the reunion between Powder, Jinx, Jinx, Powder, whatever, and Vi. That's the next sort of way that this could change. Otherwise, it's basically the same story that we've seen, and history is repeating. And I love the parallels, but it also feels so different and weird and new and just insane. The way they've written these characters as well is done incredibly well. Each of them feels so important and so well developed and written and set up, even when they're not given as much attention, like Caitlyn. Being in the first arc, she was barely in it. Now she feels like a main character. Silco actually taking a step back and being this weird, I guess, I don't even want to say it, comfort character for Jinx, Powder, instead of like this main villain that I thought he was. And then Vi, who's been the main character throughout the episodes that we've seen, being reduced to, I guess, the cameo at the end, where she's been so absent, where setting up all this other stuff. I love how it balances out everything. First episode of this show was just focusing on Vi and the Undercity. Then it brought in Jayce. This one, kind of the opposite. It's the opposite. It completely focuses on Jayce and Powder, Jinx, and then brings in Vi at the end. The way they balance the story out and the characters so they don't overwhelm each other is done so incredibly well. You can follow them all, you can invest in all of them, and they can also introduce new characters as well, and it doesn't feel overcrowded or cluttered, it all works seamlessly. It's incredibly well written, and this is only episode 4. As for what's next, I'm assuming it's going to go down the same route as the first arc, but just slightly tweaked and different, because that seems like what is set up. History is repeating itself, we've already seen it, I've already gone over it, but looking at what we have to work with. So you have the council, who now has Jayce as a member, and they are going to try and get the technology back. They can't allow the Undercity to use it, but hopefully, maybe they can go a different approach. Maybe they can realize that that the Undercity could have acted out of desperation. They're being left behind. Maybe a good way to solve it is to probably integrate them with your society a bit better. Maybe they'll hand over the technology, or maybe just flood the market with it. Because right now, this makes Jinx and Silco insanely powerful. If everyone just gets this technology, then they would not be that powerful. That would be rather done. It's the same way as like the Undercity has, I guess, fighters, while the Piltover has enforcers. It's balanced out through power there. Right now, the Undercity has the power through whatever Jinx can do with the thing, and the Piltover doesn't have that yet. Then again, they have one. I think Jayce had quite a few. Oh no, I think he only had one. No, he had a few, because they shoved the crystal in the glove and the laser. But it's going to be very interesting just to see what Jayce will do next. if and how he'll find his footing as a council member, what his dynamics between Mel and Heimerdinger will be, because it feels like they have conflicting control over him. Heimerdinger currently has the control, while Mel wants that control. They see him as the most important, influential person in the city. Of course, Heimerdinger doesn't really care about that aspect. He cares about guiding for the future. Mel wants control to accumulate power and wealth for herself. And it'll be interesting to see which one comes out on top. And then on the Undercity, you have Broken, Jinx, Powder, who I really want to try and figure out how she can be fixed or saved or whatever. It doesn't feel like there's an opening there yet, but hopefully, since Vi is alive and they get a reunion, hopefully since Vi is alive, they can have some sort of reunion and there can be a door opened for Jinx to heal. I'm even calling her Jinx Powder. Ugh. Whatever. I wanted to get better. I wanted to have some kind of way to get back to what she was. Overall, though, this episode was just phenomenal. Everything it did was just done incredibly well. The writing, the structure, the fact that this was just another introduction to the world and the characters, it didn't feel repetitive. It felt awesome and new. We get to see we get to see the characters in a new life and a new light that we've seen before. You get to see their growth, yet they also feel like new people. You can see the connections being made between all of them, and we can see finally how the two stories are going to connect through Caitlyn and Jinx Powder. This episode does a tremendous amount, and it feels like history, yes, is repeating, but now you have a difference. Now we have the upper city and the lower city connecting through Caitlyn and Jinx, so things can change. It's no longer separate. That's the difference. When these two collide, it will change the course of how this should go. It should not repeat in the same way it would, because it would repeat the same way. Jinx getting the technology, making something out of it, everything ends in a distraction. This way, Caitlyn having some influence in the story means things will change. Something different will happen this time. And I just can't wait to see it all, because this is episode 4. This is blowing my mind how good this show is at only episode 4. We have so many episodes left, and I think I'm going to enjoy every single second of it. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments, and with that, I will see you in the next one for season 1, episode 5. See ya!